Hello, and this is another episode of World Football with 1010, and today we are coming all smiles because Argentina made it. We've all been craving for Lionel Messi to lay his hands on the World Cup, so he finally did yesterday. What a game it was! What a match of football! I sit now here today and I'm trying to think, over the match, everything, the whole occasion, how all the players, like for the first time, we have a game leading towards two people. We have Kylian Mbappe, 23 years of age, already doing amazing things with Paris Saint-Germain, doing amazing things with France. Worth noting that he has already won a World Cup, amazing goal scorer. And Lionel Messi, at the twilight of his career, he has done everything which everyone hoped or wished a footballer could ever do. But we were at the point wherein maybe to some doubters, Lionel Messi needed to prove himself. He needed to carry Argentina to that World Cup, to carry Argentina to that glory, which so many people didn't think he was really up to it. Everybody was like, already Maradona did it back then. You've been great. You're doing good things for Barcelona when you were there. You are doing good things now for Paris Saint-Germain. You have never really shown up. He won the Copa America with Argentina. Others were, yes, you have done it, but now you still need to win the World Cup. And what a game it was. I think it's probably the best football match most people of my age group, and even if I can say some people a lot more older than me would say it's one of the best matches of football they have started to watch, because leading up to the 70th minute, France were nowhere to be found in the match. Everything was going against the French, and I was just looking and saying, wow, maybe this will be a boring finals, Argentina taking the lead with the penalty, which so many said was controversial, and we had the doubters, and Di Maria has not really been part of the Argentina team that much, but he stepped in. Big game performer, big match player. You always come to the fore. You need to assist your team when you are being put in. He didn't moan when he was being left on the bench. He didn't go posting stuffs or trying to get the media turn on him also. No, he stayed calm, supported the other players, because he believed that football was, a team sport. And when his moments came during the finals, he was starting. And I have not seen anyone play and maybe dismantle Jules Koundé like this in a while, because Koundé is a good player, we must know that. But Di Maria had him left, right, center, running and looking over his shoulders and we felt like that was it about the game. We didn't think France could get something from somewhere. But what I always say is, when a football match is 2-0, unless you get that killer third goal, which makes the mountain a little bit steeper for anybody to climb, just one changes the complexion of the game. And that was what happened. Penalty for France. Kylian Mbappe, what can we say? He's one of the most composed young players I have seen, just at the age of 23. Under pressure, you take 3 penalties and you convert all of them. I'm sorry to say it, when the moment came for Harry Kane, he bottled it, and people are like, oh, we have to understand, he has been an amazing player, he has done it. This is how we separate the great from the greatest, because yes, Kane is a great player, but yesterday we see the pressure that was in the match. Kylian Mbappe taking 3 penalties, converting them the same area, looking a spot and going for it. That's how to show you that when there is this pressure, some players actually thrive, with pressure, because it's like they were born for this occasion. We saw it going into the finals, 2 people on 5 goals each. And the whole media coverage was about Kylian Mbappe and Lionel Messi. And I must say that they delivered more than what we could expect. Messi having a goal, just the flick for the second ball before McAllister sent it to Di Maria, for Di Maria to convert, and I must say that's composure. That's how we do it. And then France came back into the game. 2 goals, quick succession from Kylian Mbappe, 81st and 82nd minute. And the whole match turned on its head, and Argentina were like defending for their lives. And we're wondering, like, where would these finals lead us to? Because at that moment, if I was a betting person, I would definitely go for France to win this tournament. But you know, the resilience about the Argentinians, you know, they have this resilience about them. They held in really strong to make sure that they prevent the French from getting this 3rd goal, which they were craving so much. They prevented that. And what happened? 90th minute, it was from one end to the other. And the match ended 2 goals apiece. And we had to go to the extra time. The extra time, we are like watching and saying, oh, I had it in my mind, if this goes to penalties, the Argentines already played the penalty in this World Cup final. So they have been able to soak up that pressure, because for you to play penalties, it's a whole different game. So they already had this experience, and I was like, okay, if this goes to penalties, I will just be urging close towards the Argentines, because we know their goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez is a very, very big, huge fellow, and he has confidence when it comes to penalty kicks. So he bets on himself, so he gets onto the skin of players, because he knows that when he makes all the movements and all the antics, you're going to fall for it, and you might just miss the penalty. So I was already looking at those scenarios, thinking that, okay, if it comes to this, we might just find ourselves having this type of scenario. And then comes Lionel Messi with a counter-attack ball. They hit it, a goalkeeper pulls off a very good save, and who is there to notch the ball? Lionel Messi, right place, right time, scoring his 7th goal, equal with Kylian Mbappe. And then we are looking, what is going to happen? Comes a response from the French. 8 minutes to the end of the match, who? Kylian Mbappe. As we have already said, he must defend well. The Argentines didn't defend well. A deflection, penalty. You know, the eyes of the world, you know, the French, the Argentines, everybody, the whole world was looking to see what will happen, you know. If this young man is going to come on with all the confidence, all the pressure. But what did he do? He came on, he stepped, he picked the ball, he kissed it to show you that there is that connection with the ball, placed it. I was waiting just for one outcome. That outcome is going to be Kylian Mbappe scores with that pressure, and we are looking, okay, what is going to happen? Let me tell you, people, what amazed me, the best thing which I saw in that match yesterday was the save which Martinez brought in at the 119th minute. That was a space, you know, the ball which I am running out of superlatives to describe that save. You know, the ball was there, the player hit it clinically, you know. Per Martinez, big frame, tall, extended his leg to save the ball. That's how you do, because that goes in, it's finished. That goes in and it is finished, it's done. Like the history which everybody hoped for, the French will take it. But that save made me to understand that, come on, these players have big egos, and when the moment comes, they want to defend that ego. And you know, the past 4 years have been amazing for Martinez, winning the FA Cup with Arsenal, getting a big money move to Aston Villa, winning the Copa America, now winning the World Cup. You have to wait for your moment, and he has played very well. So for me, it was the perfect World Cup finals we could ever imagine. Qatar hosted a good tournament. The playing was perfect. You know, Argentina losing the first match and coming to be the third champions is something which we cannot really put words into it. It's just the perfect ending for them. It's the perfect ending for Lionel Messi, who, if you look at the last video which we did, I was clearly stating that this is the moment for him. It's either he does it now or it's done. We are not looking to see, even though Lionel Messi says yes, he's going to continue despite these finals. He's going to continue. He has won the World Cup, but he's continuing. But we doubt if in 4 years to come he would have the energy, or even the coach will be able to trust him again and bring him for another finals. You know, the ones which are going to be taking place in America, Mexico, and Canada. We doubt. But for him to be going back with a trophy, I think the GOAT, greatest player of all time, narrative is settled. For me, it's settled because that's what we were waiting for. If Messi was going to drive Argentina to this glory, he has done it. I think Lionel Messi is the greatest sportsman of all time. We're not even talking about football, because football is the greatest sport. And if football is the greatest sport, who is the greatest? Messi is the greatest footballer of all time. I could see Ronaldo coming to the frame, but the way he has composed himself of recent, the interview he granted with Piers Morgan, the way he dished Manchester United out, the way he's been holding himself, even when the last match which they exited the World Cup, Ronaldo burst into tears, left the other Portuguese players on the pitch. He didn't hold them, the younger generation. We know it's the last tournament for him, but what you do there, you're supposed to be the one to lead the players. You go hold the younger generation. It's not been a good one for us, but I trust in you. I believe in you. I believe in you guys as players. You guys are going to come back stronger. Even if I'm not there, I'm holding you guys. But he didn't do that. He didn't do that. So for me, I think the narrative of who is the greatest player of all time is settled. And I would say it without looking behind, that Lionel Messi is the greatest sportsman of all time. The match yesterday was the current GOAT handing the mantle to the next player who is coming in line, Kylian Mbappe. He's ready to step in. He scored a hat-trick. He scored a hat-trick in the World Cup finals. Nobody's talking about it. But actually, he did score a hat-trick, which is not something we find, just one player had done it before. So for him to score a hat-trick in the World Cup finals is something which we're supposed to say it loud, but due to the fact that he did not emerge on the winning side, we understand he was the highest goal scorer with 8 goals, which is magnificent. We have Lionel Messi, who was the best player of the tournament. We have Enzo, who was a young player of the tournament, and also Martinez, best goalkeeper. That's just perfect. What a competition it has been. What a competition. Now we're all gearing back to the Premier League, and I would like all of you to subscribe, turn on the notification button, so that whenever we put content out there, the Premier League is coming. Arsenal 5 points clear. We shall all share with each other and get the ideas. For now, ciao ciao.